What's happening with Graham Potter? Where's he going next? Can we not have tension bed on, please?
Are these quick fire questions?
No.
Quick fire?
No, we've got like 6 minutes to kill here.
All right.
Take your time.
Where is Graham Potter going next?
What's happened to him? You speak to him at all?
No.
Because he's like a coach with him at Brighton?
Yeah, no, I didn't work underneath him. I was the youth team doing 16s and partly 18s. So I had discussions with him, and whenever I wanted to go and have a chat, our door was always open. Very, very good.
What's going to happen next to him?
I think he'll be in the Premier League. I think he's waiting for a Premier League job. I think he'll get one. What club that will be, I don't know.
So, do you think could you ever see him be an England manager?
Yeah, I could.
Next, could he be the England manager without a club?
He's better than Gareth.
If he come in next, it wouldn't surprise me. I think he would do a good job.
Who do you think the next England manager will be? Okay, let me rephrase it another way. If Eddie Howe was asked to be the England manager, do you think he should leave Newcastle to take the national job?
That's personal preference. I mean, how do you turn down? If I was not that if I was Eddie Howe, but if I was manager of Newcastle and England, it's very difficult because they've got such a good project going up there. I don't know how you can turn it down, the England job. I don't know.
Benny thinks you can.
Me and I agree with it all the time.
I agree with you.
I'm thinking for Eddie Howe, as you said there, this project Newcastle doing, Champions League, fantastic stuff. The longer he continues at Newcastle, that England job will always be there. If he was to leave Newcastle now and go to England and it doesn't work, he might never get the opportunity again.
No. Yeah, that's a good point. Good point. But yeah, the here and now. I live for the here and now.
But you might never get the opportunity to manage this group of England players again.
No, but you get the chance to manage England.
I know, but we've got such a great crop of players.
Yeah, we've
probably
always
our
said
best
that.
chance. Well, yeah, you're right, we have, but I think this is our best chance ever to win silverware.
Yeah,
agreed.
Can Man City go on better and win the quadruple this season, and remain unbeaten in the Premier League?
I don't think they're getting enough respect and being spoken about for winning the treble last season. I think that's just been sort of brushed under the carpet.
I totally agree with you. Yeah, it pains me to say it, but I totally agree with you.
Yeah. So what was the question? Can they do the quadruple?
Yeah, or can they go the season unbeaten in the Premier League?
I don't think they do the quadruple, and they because they're winning games at the moment, just sort of scrappily, and everyone just seems to be getting over the line behind them. Like the rest are just sort of, there's no nailed on to go. They're definitely finishing 2 and 3.
And also, I think if they're 1-0 down with 5 minutes to go, it's not 5 minutes, it's 15.
Yeah.
And also, you can make so many changes now regarding substitutions. They can move stuff about, and tactically, I think they are so much more difficult to beat now.
Yeah. I think they could do the treble again.
Yeah. And then as well, De Bruyne coming back, that could be a pivotal time in the season when he's back.
Jude Bellingham, will he ever win the Ballon d'Or?
Yes.
He's a frightening talent, isn't he?
Please tell me you see the volley that he done after when the whistle went.
I told him about it.
And then I saw it. Flew into the back of the net.
Every time I watch him, he is just phenomenal. Nothing phases him at all. Doesn't matter what stage, what arena, what game. He will be one of the greatest.
I agree.
From England that's come through.
Will Jadon Sancho ever play for Manchester United again?
No.
He won't ever play again?
No.
Why?
It's Manchester United, and when they speak, it's done. And I think that bridge is broken.
Do you think that if he went to Ten Hag and apologised, it would make things better? And do you think he should go to Ten Hag and make things better?
Again, we don't know the context in terms of what's been said. He's obviously making it coming out like Ten Hag is not telling the truth, or it's not been truthful what was said. But if he apologises, I still think he goes. I think it's going to be in January.
Have you been in a situation at a club where you've seen similar players falling out with the manager and just will not go and speak to him and apologise?
Not only if they're edging for a move away, but that's down to their own prerogative.
You don't think he'll play for Man United again?
I don't think he will, no.
Who's the best midfielder in the Premier League at the moment?
For me, I would say it's difficult because of so many different roles now, isn't there? Attacking midfield players, defensive midfield players. I'd have to say Rodri. I love watching him play. I think he's superb. Last time I was on Bentley, we'd done a section on him, talking about how good he is.
Very good show, that.
Yeah. So I would say Rodri.
Let me ask you, if Benty was a Premier League player now, I think his game would have to change, right? Would you go along with the game change? Would your role be different now?
I couldn't play now.
You couldn't play now?
Couldn't play now. Because mine was all about getting the ball, doing the sort of the hard yards. The tackles now, I mean, you follow through that you don't mean to follow through, and you catch a player like the Chelsea one on the weekend. I I don't think I could play.
Who was I speaking to before
Honestly.
this show started? Was it you? I said about Sidders, like in the youth team, the tackles.
Exactly was.
I said the same thing that you in today's game.
Always late, you were saying.
No, I'd say that it was always fair, but it was bang.
It's exactly what you said.
Tackling is an art. It's a skill. It really is. And I never went out to really intentionally hurt someone ever. But I would go in hard to win the ball first and then put a bit on that player to let them know that they're in for a game.
Do you ever die for a penalty?
Would I?
No, did you?
No.
Steve, you didn't look at me there. You looked away. It's the first time you've looked away.
No,
Why was that?
Trying to think. Is it when you look to your left, you're lying?
You tell me. Have you died for a penalty?
No.
Steve, you looked away again.
No, I'm pretty sure.
You have, haven't you? Gee, Steve, look at him. Steve, look at me. Imagine you're in a court of law.
Yeah.
Right? And you've just sworn on the Bible. Have you ever died for a penalty?
No.
You're such a liar. Look.
He hasn't he?
You have. Tell me,
I
when was
haven't.
it? When was it?
I haven't.
Was there contact?
I don't know why. I don't even know the incident.
Would you?
If I'm honest, by hook or by crook, I want to win the game.
Right. What's the answer to the question? Would you die for a penalty?
No.
Would you?
No.
You just said hook or by crook.
Yeah, but I wouldn't dive.
Why can't you admit it?
Because I wouldn't dive.
Not a diver.
I wouldn't
He wouldn't do that. He's an honest
You
pro.
would die.
I wouldn't
Okay.
dive. If I felt contact,
Bentley dived.
No,
Bentley dived.
here
Who
we
was
go.
that against? What goalkeeper was
Liverpool, Jersey Dudek.
that? Jersey did it.
Nah,
Dived.
I went round him, clattered me. What am I supposed to do?
Didn't touch him. Dived.
What am I supposed to do?
did you get the penalty?
Yep.
Did you just take it?
Yep.
You score
So
it.
you know what happened. It happened
You believe that? Dive for a penalty.
At the Valley, that was 2-0, Charlton.
But
Luke
you know
Dunn got the other.
Didn't deny it, did he?
No, I'm telling you now, I didn't dive. I went round him.
Yeah.
It was Kishishev, dinked the ball over the top, got him for a Dudek, clean him out of his knees. What's I supposed to do? I
What
put it
am I
in the
supposed to do?
But he didn't touch you.
He didn't touch me. Okay, if he didn't touch me, Steve, you know me well enough.
Oh.
Steve.
Steve.
It's getting serious now, Steve.
Right.
Where's the sinners gone?
No, right.
Where's that gone?
You know me. You know better than that. I would have
That's it.
just put it in the empty net.
Yeah. What do you think, Steve?
I have to see it.
Oh, wow.
Didn't dive.
We need to see that. Look at his little finger. Look. Definitely dive. How would you feel if you were Aaron Ramsdale at Arsenal at the moment? Last question.
How would I feel?
Yeah.
Well, I'd be disappointed that I'm not playing, but I think he's a solid pro. I think all this stuff's been blown way out of proportion.
Are you looking for a move if you're him?
No, not yet.
His chance will
Not
come
yet.
again.
Who's
not at
Arsenal's number one at the moment?
Well, I would still say Ramsdale because Raya's just gone there.
But
He's got to prove himself.
Played at the weekend, right?
Yeah.
Against Spurs.
Yeah.
So you think Ramsdale's still
For
Arsenal's
me,
number
I would
one?
have Ramsdale as the
No,
number
but
one.
who do you think Arteta thinks is his number one?
I don't think he's got number one. I think he's getting that scenario where he's getting a top player in every position, and he will change according to games. I think he will.
Okay.
Ramsdale being number one.
Yeah, but who do you think Arteta's number one is?
Ramsdale.
Do you?
Yep.
So he picked his number 2 against Spurs.
Yep.
Bit weird, isn't it?
Just tested him out, innit?
Oh, right, okay. Good time to test the keeper. Nearly flapped as well.
talkSPORT Drive. Super opinionated sporting debate. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.